Hey, hello, it is Miss with Being Creative with Miss. We've got a sunflower and Christmas, so you can tell that things are still quite the mess around here. But I appreciate you joining me tonight. Say hey when you hop on, so I know you're watching. There are some people popping up. I'm sorry I'm late. I was up here, I was ready. It's always something. I said, no matter what I do, I do something. I drop something, spill something. But tonight, I couldn't get my Facebook page. Like, if you have a business page and a regular page, you have to toggle between the two now because they're new. I mean, that's the new thing. And it wouldn't go to my business page. And I was, like, freaking out. So, finally got it. So, here we are. So, it's been a while. And I'm glad to be here. It's I don't know. It's been a struggle. It's just been a struggle lately, and my sister and I have both just really missed our mom, and it's just hard sometimes to make yourself move forward when you don't want to. But I'm trying really hard. So, but anyway. Let's see, I was trying to think if there's anything new going on. Not much. Noah's growing like a weed. He is growing like a little weed. I just can't say all the time that he's so cute, but he is really cute. Okay, tonight we're going to do something, and I don't know if it's going to be to everyone's liking because, I mean, everyone's different. And you don't have to make it as shabby as mine looks, but anyway, we're gonna paint a pumpkin. Now this pumpkin I got from Hobby Lobby. Actually, I got it last year, but I think they still have them. And I meant to check, but I did not. I meant to. I know they have all kinds of different pumpkin shapes, but they're very inexpensive. Maybe $3.99 or something like that. But it's just on a stand. But even if they don't have them this year, they have all kinds of different pumpkin shapes. You could also draw your own pumpkin on any surface, but like a piece of wood, and then put can put hello fall or hello fall or something like that, and do all the same techniques. Actually, you can do it on anything, but I love doing it on pumpkins. I don't know why, I just do. I love to palette paint and mess with palette knives, and I thought that's what we would do tonight. I'll show you mine, and some of you might be like, oh, but I like it. And I decided not to do, I was torn between doing like the color I really like, that blue misty color, or, hey, there's Megan. I didn't see her on there. I didn't figure she would be able to be on. Miss Megan is in the house. The birthday girl. Anyway, I was going to do it kind of like white and tan and gray, which I think would be really pretty, but I ended up going with my blue mist. So this is what it looks like beforehand, but this is what I did to mine. So it's very shabby chic looking, I guess you'd call it, but I used a palette knife. I probably did it heavy, kind of maybe on the heavy side. I did not flip my camera, so now I see that it's backwards. There. Let's try that on for size. Anyway, so that's what I did. And I tied fabric bows on it, but you can see what it looks like better. So is that your thing? Like, do you like stuff like that? Or are you kind of like, I like it really clean looking? And that's totally fine. And even if you paint something, like you can just paint it any color you want. You can do orange, kind of a muted orange, like a lighter orange. This color, you can do it white with gray and tan shades. So, I just missed that comment. Someone said, what is it that looks like ice on the cooler? Oh, ice. I mean, fake ice. Yeah, it's just fake ice. So, I thought you were talking about the color of this. So, this is what I did. So this is what we're going to do tonight. I don't know tell me if you love it or hate it. Like, are you just more like a clean, like, you know, you just like clean, like a clean look, or do you like that? Like, I'll put it up closer. So, and I have a couple of these tags. You'll have to drill a hole in it. I don't have them to sell or anything, but I got them from somewhere else. But I have one that I'm going to give away tonight. And is it not clear on your all's end? Are you having trouble? Like on my laptop or my iPad, it's like really blurry. Anyway, I'm going to give one of these away tonight, and then the other one I'm going to give away. Oh, well, I had another one laying here, but I don't know what I did with it. Maybe it'll appear before we get done. But anyway, so you can hang it on any pumpkin, on a real pumpkin, and paint it however you want. But it's 2 layers, and you can glue it. So Megan loves it. So, okay, Beth said it was clear. Marcia said she liked the color. Set the screen on your phone to help focus it. It came up and said, ask Sherry to join your video. That didn't work. I think I touched it in the wrong place. Okay. All right. Well, let's get started so we can get going. But, okay. But anyway, hey Brenda, I miss to see if most of you said love it, hate it. I don't know. But anyway. But super cheap little project. But fun. So, the other thing is, you can use heavy body acrylic, which is like, let me hold up some examples, like these. They are more expensive than just the little bottles of paint like we usually use like this. And I find it hard to, I have so many colors of the deco art and the Americana and folk art and all that. I have so many of those colors. So it's hard to get a collection of these, but Hobby Lobby usually has them on sale. I think it's like every other week. And I think it's the Master's Touch, which is this one. So I pick up some every now and then, like a color that I'll use all the time. The Liquitex are much more, they're a little pricier. I got some of these when Craft 2000 went out of business. So you can use that. The other thing you can use is the lightweight spackling that we use when we do fake bakes and stuff. Thank you for sprinkling. And that's really good. So, and you can also do it without just with paint, but it's I think a little trickier because you don't have as much body in it to work with. So this is the other thing. You can get this in several different brands, but I don't know if you want to screenshot that or not. But it is called modeling paste, and this is the brand that I like. This is a 32-ounce jar, which probably would last forever. They have a 16-ounce jar, but like the 16-ounce jar on Amazon is $13, and this big jar is $15. So I always get the big jar. So, but with this, what's neat about this is you can add it to any of your paint colors, and it makes it a thick paint. So it's kind of, to me, I feel like it's better because, I already had some of these paints. But I can use all of my colors and make it into that. I don't have to go buy all those colors. But you can also, like I said, use spackling. And then I think it's Deco Art makes that. I had it in here. It's kind of like a texture medium, I think. Dimension. It's called Dimension Paste, I think. But anyway, so that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to use a lot of this. And I'll use some of the other ones just so you can kind of see how that goes. So let's get going. I'll bring you down because I don't want to keep you forever. So we will get down. Yeah, I don't know if someone asked that. Yeah, you just add the modeling paste. You'll see me do it. Like I'll do it on the palette. It goes right in with the paste. And I have it in my Amazon store. I would assume they have it like at Hobby Lobby and stuff. I've never bought it there. I'm sure they have some kind, but I don't know because I've not bought it there. but you can look it up on their website or, you know, whatever. So let me bring the camera down and move my stuff. I haven't done this for so long that obviously I was a little rusty by the time I'm trying to go live and everything else. Okay, I think we'll need to flip it again. Okay, let's see if we get it right. Does it look right? Can you see it? I have you all over the place. I taped this off because I painted mine gray. I just painted my bottom neutral gray. So, you can probably see that better, like all that chippiness. But I love how it just, I don't know. I mean, there's sometimes when I think, whoa, it looks a little rocky, but you have to kind of hang in there until you get clear done, and then it looks, it all comes together, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And then for the bow, I didn't even stiffen it like I'm always saying, like, oh, stiffen your stuff. I did not. I totally just tore it and put it on there. I'm trying not to block the camera trying to do this. It's at an odd angle, so I'm trying. So I just put painter's tape. You know, I use it all the time when I'm doing stuff because I don't want to have to worry with that getting it on it. So I'm just kind of slap that on there, and then I won't have to worry about it. And then after I got done with mine, then I just painted it neutral gray is what I did. So I'll show you the colors I used, and we'll get going. All right. So, Megan, we have 2 tags to give away if you want to pick someone in the comments. So first of all, I don't even have a wet paper towel down, but first of all, I am going to paint, this is Dutch Aqua. So you might want to jot that down if you want to use the same colors. So sometimes you guys write me and say, what did you use for that good night? I can't remember half the time what I used yesterday. I'm awful. So I always try to tell you to screenshot it, and then I'll also say, you know, maybe jot it down if you think you want to know. But I use this color a lot, so you're probably pretty familiar with it. So I'm going to use a palette knife. And palette knives, you can get those at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or wherever. I also linked them in my Amazon store. If you have Prime, they're $5.99. That includes your shipping. And that's like dirt cheap. And these are the same ones. That's the same ones that are on Amazon. There's like a set of 5 maybe. So if you don't have any and you think you want to try it, that's super cheap. And that's the same ones I have. And I bought mine. Where did I buy mine? Anyway, they're the exact same thing. So that is a good way to get it. Or like I said, I know Hobby Lobby has them, and they usually have, you know, the Master's Touch stuff every other week on sale. I said that previously about the paint, but they have the palette knives too. And you can get a cheap set of plastic ones. They probably even have them at the Dollar Tree. Or if worse comes to worse and you just want to give it a whirl, use a butter knife, a plastic butter knife. It will give you pretty good results. So let me get a paper towel here. Let me wipe this off. I'm going to wipe it on here because I'm going to waste a bunch. Okay. So I'm going to just take a big brush. It's just an angle brush I have that was kind of split haired at the end. And I'm just going to, it doesn't have to be anything neat or nice. You're just kind of slapping an underneath coat on it. So that's all I'm doing. I keep losing everything. I'm going to come up here to the stem area and just kind of go down. I need to mark on my table how far you can see. I keep worrying I'm getting out of frame. So like I said, this isn't anything neat. And the other thing I want to tell you when you do this, like, you know, when you're painting something normal, you kind of try to get your brush strokes out and you want it to look all neat and smooth. With this, I don't, because any of the brush strokes that are on there, like if it stays, it's like a little bit of a rougher texture or a ridge from the paint, I call that a win, because when you use the palette knife, it will pick that up and look more like a texture over that, and I like that look. So I painted the sides of mine as well, but I'm not right now for time's sake. So I'm gonna just leave that part till later. And you can stain it or use the Liquitex marker that I always tell you about to do your sides as well. So as you can see, I'm really just slopping and painting. And I was going to go ahead and base paint it, but I don't know. I just kept thinking, well, I just thought I'd show you like how sloppy you can be. So it doesn't take any precise or anything like that. You just slap it on, and because you can slap it on, it goes pretty fast. So sometimes, I'll show you this in a minute. I'll make sure I get down in my grooves there. Okay. I can't see the bottom. I hope I'm not getting my head in there. So I don't have much paint left, but if you do see that little ridge, I'm going to pick that up. So I have a glob on my brush, and I kind of like to just kind of, more like on the edges, kind of just put that on there, and it kind of leaves a lump, not a lump, a line, or a, you know, it's not smooth with the other. And I like that because I want it to dry, because that will pick up the palette knife paint, the paint on the palette knife when I go over it. Blah, I can't say what I want to say. Okay, for the stem, I'm going to use cocoa. You could also use just a light gray or something if you wanted to keep it real gray. You could do that, and it would be fine. That's totally up to you. So I paint with cosmetic sponges so much it's weird just to grab a paintbrush. So the only thing about, you know, making little ridges is it takes them a little bit longer to dry, but that's all right. But I really like to do it on the pumpkin stem too, kind of, so it'll have some lines up there. So I'm just purposely, if you can see that, like kind of leaving those lines, because I want that to be on there how it dries. And then at the top, I'm going to switch some of that off. I don't know whether it'll show or not, but I'm going to kind of put like the top of the stem. I don't know if it'll come out like that. I got this new little glue gun, because a lot of the crafters, I'm in some paid groups and stuff, and they use this Ranger heat tool. And it's great for lives, and that's the only reason I got it, because it's like $34, which I thought was really high, because this is my go-to. I have two of these. These are like real heat guns, but they make a lot of noise. This one's really quiet, so I should have it on while I'm talking. So I got it to use on lives, and it works really good. Like it dries and stuff and doesn't blow anything, and it works great. But I think I'm so used to my regular heat gun, I'm like, woo, you know, it's like it dries it really super fast. But this is also good because I don't end up like using too much heat gun. Like, I've bubbled paint before, but not in a long time, but I have done that before because I'm like flying no matter what I'm doing most of the time. So you can see where this, I think you can see this, where this over here is lighter. That's where I mix my paint. And of course on the edge, must not have had it mixed in as good. And I went back and just globbed some paint so it would show up as a texture. and it's a little bit different color, but that doesn't matter at all, because once we start adding our other paint, we kind of just layer some different colors, and it's going to be fine. It won't matter. In the end result, it won't matter. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, I need to catch up on comments. Hey, Karen. I'm way behind. I'm like scrolling way up. So, the Rangers all the rage. Well, Tracy, I didn't know anything about it, but it's so quiet. And actually, it's nice. I mean, I thought $34 is a good investment. I'll use it for years. This one's really big, and it's heavier, and this one's really little and lightweight. So, anyway, but it is quiet. Like, it's very whisper quiet. Well, I shouldn't say whisper quiet, but it's very quiet. All right, that's good. Alrighty, so let's get a clean palette. Let me put that one back there. I need to clean my workspace. Okay, I'm going to set this on top here. So what we're going to start with first is, I want to use this color, but not like we added white to it for the base. And that's the other great thing. If you have one color of paint, you can make it, you know, lighter and you know, use the graduated shades of it. So I want to use this color, which is the actual color. So this is where I'm going to bring the modeling paste into play. So I'm just going to scoop some out. See, it's just that texture like that. And I'm just going to add some. There's no, I mean, you saw how much I added, just yay much. And I'm going to mix it, and it instantly makes it just a really nice heavy bodied paint, you know, like, and that's perfect. So that's kind of why, I guess, if you like to palette paint, I think this is neat because it will turn any color into that. And I think that's way less expensive than buying all the colors. Hi, Michael. My cousin was on here and I got sidetracked. I looked over and saw it. And like, I like to use it when I paint my door hanger rounds. I like to use the palette knife right along the edges of it. I just think I like how that looks, and I do that sometimes. So you can use it on so many things, and it just looks really, really, really nice. So these are 3 of the ones in that set I told you that is on Amazon that I linked. It's your personal preference what you use. I use different things for different, I don't know. You just kind of get comfortable with it. This I got, I think that was from Gaffrey, but it's just got a real thin little point. So it's nice sometimes for smaller things. But we're going to give this color a whirl, first of all. Now, like anything, I usually have a baby wipe on hand because I have been known to, I mean, I'll wipe something off if I think, wow, that looked way too heavy or whatever. So I'm just going to get the back side. I'm going to dip the back side in it. And some of you, maybe you're like great palette painters. You might be cracking up right now thinking, oh, she's crazy. But now, I don't know why, but I don't know. Sometimes I use a paper towel and I'll tap some off. Just to make sure I'm not getting too much when I first get started. It's like you get started and it's kind of like, as many times as I've done it, almost like I'm a little bit scared, but you just kind of have to just kind of get in there and go. And then after you do it a little bit, you'll just feel more comfortable. And it's like anything you paint, it's just paint. You can wipe it off. You can, I mean, if it's a huge disaster, you can just start wherever. But I love hitting the edges like that and kind of, and see, like, it smeared right up there, and that's totally fine. But I feel like there's always a point when you're going, whoa, that looks like a mess. But it gets better. It gets better because you're just looking at it going, oh, that looks splotchy or whatever. But I think if you hang in there to the end, it gets better. This is hard for me to do because I'm having to lay it flat so you can see it, because normally I would be holding it like in my hands like this. And I have stuff on either side of me, and I'm going to have to move it some. But I'm just kind of scraping that, and you'll get the feel of it as you go. And if you feel like, oh, that's a little bit too much of that color, when you go back in with the white on the final, I like to give kind of a white as a final touch. You can just hit some white in those places and kind of break it up or dull it down. So now I'm going to do a streak down through here. I want some to pick up, but I guess I need more paint. So I just keep going back into it. And then I'm just going to kind of lightly just keep it moving. Now, I think that looks like a big streak. It will probably be fine in the end, but if you wanted, you could just wipe it off. So, now the other thing I tried to do on mine is I tried to kind of, since this is like a farmhousey look, it has these lines in it, so I kind of tried to take my palette knife down those lines and accent them. If this was a regular pumpkin with no lines, I would take my palette knife and take it in a curve to follow the curves of the pumpkin, and instead of shading to make those stand out, I would just do it with the palette knife, which is really fun to do. So if you just paint a pumpkin on wood and want to do this, you can kind of follow the curves of your pumpkin. I don't want it up there, almost in. So I'm just kind of trying to go on the edges right now, and then we'll kind of go down through more. Let's drag this one a little bit. See, like that, I don't like that. It looks too, just like a stop and a start, and I don't want that. So that's why I said, I don't know if other people do that or not. They might be like, but I just wipe it off if I don't like it. So I'm going to switch to this kind of fat, rounded one. I didn't wipe that off after I used it earlier today. Let me wipe it off. Okay, so I'm going to pick it up the same way. And they just all kind of have a different feel to them. So you just kind of, you'll find ones that you like better than you do others. But I'm just going to kind of streak that down those lines. And this is your first layer. Like, the more you layer it and add your other colors, where that paint came from, then you just kind of keep building on it, if that makes sense. I don't know if it does or not. So let's take a little bit over here on that line. I keep picking up a clump of gray, and I don't know where I'm getting that from. All right, so that looks pretty much like a mess, doesn't it? But I think I'm heavier on this side too, but that's all right too. We will get it all figured out. All right, so I'm going to dry it, again with my quiet little heat gun, because I don't want to, sometimes you don't have to, because it will be okay sometimes if you pick up a little bit of the other color, but I want to make sure this bottom part's dry. So the next thing we're going to use is gray, and I use neutral gray for my base, and I could just add the modeling paste in with this just like I did the blue. But what I'm going to do instead, just so you'll see that it's pretty much the same, this is a heavy body acrylic, and it's called neutral gray as well. But I already had this. Like I said, I bought some of these when Pat Catan's went out of business, and so I just got them really, really cheap, and I got a few colors like that I thought that I would probably use a lot. So that it squirts out and it looks the same consistency, basically. So, and I know what else we will do while we're in the gray, we'll go up to the stem, and I'm going to take a little bit of brown, and I'll mix the paste in it because I don't have a brown. So let's just mix a little bit in with that. We don't even need that much. That's probably way too much. But that's for the stem. We'll use that. All right. So are you with me? Are you? I like this mess. Kathy. Oh, you probably pretty much said that correctly. I think everything I do is a mess. Okay, I'm going to use, what am I going to use? I'm going to use this one. I'm going to take some brown up here, and we're going to go to the stem here. So, now, I have a little bit of, it doesn't feel like texture paste, but there is a little bit of, you can tell that it's not totally smooth paint. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that brown, and I'm just going to kind of, we're also going to use gray up there, but I'm going to pick up on the edge and then kind of let it go up the stem. And so I feel like I'm in the most awkward position. I think the stand on the bottom makes me feel awkward too. I can't lay it totally flat. So I'm just kind of pulling that up. But those lines, it's picking up. Can you see like where, remember when I took the brush with extra paint and so it left a little bit of a ridge from that paint. So when I'm going up like this with paint on the back, then it picks that up. So I think that's kind of neat. You can also, remember when I put that little swirl around the top, you can see where it picked that up. So that's kind of a fun thing too, I think. I don't know. Maybe I put way too much thought in it. I just have always enjoyed it. I think it's because it's so different than how I usually paint. And it's kind of relaxing because you can just kind of slap and, like Kathy said, just go with it. Okay, let me stop a minute. Beth said, if you were to use lightweight spackle, would you use more paint than spackle or the other way around? You just add enough paint to, because the more paint you add, the less consistency you're going to have. So you want it more on the stiffer side. So just add enough paint to get the color you want without having to add so much that it gets soupy. You know, you don't want it to get really soupy. I will say that I think the spackling, I think the white color of it will kind of dull, make your color lighter, like your paint color lighter. So keep that in mind. But yeah, but just try it and just kind of look for a pasty-like consistency and try not to. I guess in a nutshell, I would use as little of paint as you can so you can achieve the right consistency. I think that's a good way to say it. Probably. Okay, I'm going to take some gray and go back into the stem area. So, and I'm just going to use, whoa. Don't you guys just crack up. You can't ever say that you don't know how to fix a mistake because you see me do it all the time. Okay, I hit that with the heat gun just so it's not wet. I don't want it to smear. So I'm going to kind of take some gray, and I want to take the tip of that and get some down at the base a little bit. Although really it won't show. I guess I shouldn't worry about it because if you tie a rag bow on it, it's not going to show that much. But I want to kind of get some at the top too, and then we'll go back in with some white. I'm going to go back in with some brown up here though. But it's fun just to play with it. I'm trying to get some brown right up on the tip, which usually I just have it on the back side, but I'm trying to get some on the tip. So then we'll throw some white in there too. But the white will help it a lot. All right, let's go the gray on the pumpkin now. Are you ready for that? So, Diane, you should do it. She said the stem does look real. It's just fun. It's just like you can kind of cut loose and just kind of, I don't know. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. It just really, it's like a good outlet to just kind of, oh, Cheryl, you're fine. But it's really fun. Okay, so let's move back to our bigger one, our bigger knife. I'm going to put a little more gray out. I probably don't really need that much, but, oh, wrong one. But I want to make sure I'm got enough on there. Okay, so we're going to give this a whirl. So, I feel like it's blurry again. There it goes. Hang on. I think I have that down too far. Okay, so now I'm just going to hit on the edges and kind of add some gray. And I think it's fun once you start getting into some other colors, because that's when it really starts kind of coming alive in a sense, I guess. I just love it. I just love how it looks. I'll put some down there. So I hope you'll try it. I'm sure Michael's does too, but like or cut, if you have a scroll saw and stuff, cut out your own, cut out some kind of pumpkin shape. But just give it a whirl. I mean, they're not expensive, and it's fun. You can kind of turn something that's really not that big of a deal. Kind of make it kind of fancy and a neat decoration. Okay, I'm going to turn this and kind of hit. Hope I'm in. I try to let it hit that edge and then just kind of pull it along. And that looks really heavy right there, but it'll be okay because we'll go back with white and it'll fix that. So I love to like leave a strip like that, like a real scant strip. But I'm always also kind of apprehensive because I'm always like, you know, you never know what's going to happen sometimes. But that's the beauty of layering the paint, because you can go fix a big place with the white. Okay, is there any other questions? Like, is someone confused or you're not understanding anything? Sorry if that's loud. I'll switch to this one now. I'll switch to that one and kind of go down it. I just thought it would be fun to do something fun and just kind of a little bit different. So I'm going to dry this. So can you see how like each layer? Oh, Megan already has a name. Did you pick 2 or 1? You can pick 2, and I can't remember if I said that. Well, I'm trying to find a pen. Here's one. Pen and paper. Oh, I blow it dry. Okay, Megan, what's the name? I'm glad you like it, Diane. I miss it. It's using Dutch Aqua. Yep. I use cocoa on the stem and Dutch Aqua on the pumpkin. But for the base, I just used white with a little Dutch Aqua so it would be lighter. Okay? Okay, Megan. I always butcher her name, and I feel so bad. I'm terrible with names, but anyway. Sashetta Campbell. Am I good or right? Oh my word, here's a pencil. Yay, Sashetta, I'm glad you won. So I will send you a tag. So hopefully, if you make one, you'll put it on it and you'll post a picture for us. Send me a picture so I can post it. Megan, Hobby Lobby, yep. And this is from last year, and I did not look that up. I am sorry because I really, really intended to and did not. But they have other pumpkin shapes. They have like door hangers and stuff like that. I mean, they're not great quality. I don't think you could hang door hanger out in any type of weather. But other than that, I think it'll be fine. Okay, this is, I'm going to use this Liquitex. It's like this is, compared to this, is a whole different ballgame. For one thing, this is like a more expensive one than this one. This is just like a basic kind of cheaper version, I guess, but it's fine. So you could also take your white paint and modeling paste and do the same thing. I'm trying to use both so you can see both. Okay, I love white. Oh, I know what I was going to ask you. Sometimes, I didn't think of this till after I did mine. Sometimes when you see this color, sometimes it's pretty to put a swatch of like a mustard in there. Do you think I should, not a lot, but like a few little places, do you think I should do that? Or do you think I should just leave it alone? Like, what do you think? I just thought of it when I was getting ready to go live. I saw this color and that gave me the idea. And so this was $4.99, so if it's half off, no, that was only Master's Touch. This I paid full price for. But you could see, like, if you paid $3 or $4 a tube and you collect very many, that's why I think the modeling paste is probably more economical. Okay, I see leave it. Rena says leave it. Yes, just as we can see what it looked like. I could wipe it back off if it looks horrible. I could. Do you think that's too brown, like too bright? Like, would it be better if I mixed a little bit of brown in it? I don't know. No, I'm kind of scared. I'm the queen of mixing. Yeah, I like the brown in it a little bit. Okay. All right. I know Rena doesn't think we should do it. But Judy's like, don't. Okay, Diane Hubbard is the second winner. Congratulations. Oh, I don't know if she's watching. She watched during Christmas in July, and her name's Lila Meza, and I still have her. She won something one night, and she didn't send me an address, and I don't have an address for her. So I never could send her her thing. I don't even know what she won now. It's on the package ready to go, and I don't know. Okay, so we're just going to do a little bit, and we can wipe it off. It's okay. Like, it's okay. I'm trying to talk myself into it. Okay, thank you, Judine. She said they do have it for $2.49. So $2.49, that is so cheap. You could totally go do this, and if it looks horrible, you could burn it and still be ahead. Oh, I'm just kidding. Okay, so, all right, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Thank you for looking that up, Judine. I hope I'm saying your name right. I'm not totally butchering it, but, okay, so I'm going to just try to be really scant. I'm not even going to use a lot because I just wanted to be super scant. I'm out. I don't know. It's like I'm nervous. I like did not plan this. I saw the color and thought, oh, I wonder what that looked like. And it's like I'm nervous to do it. What do you think? Oh, hi, Debbie. You made it. We're still here. What do you think? Do you think it looks odd? I mean, I'm just trying to put a smidge. Just a smidge here and there. I kind of like it. I wouldn't want a lot of it, but I do like it. I think. I do. I don't know. No one's saying. Lisa said it was pretty. Oh, Kat said it's okay. We're living on, yeah, we are living on the edge. This is exciting as it gets. All right, well, we'll just kind of leave that. I'll wait for comments because you guys are behind me. Dina said more mustard. Oh, Dina, you need to be here with me and help me get more confidence. All right. But when I start adding white, we can always cover some up. Oops, no, we didn't want that. Nope, nope, nope. Let me get that out of there. Hang on. Now I smeared it. Let me get a clean one. Oh my goodness. Now I gotta fix it. Oh, catastrophe. That yellow kind of, the pigment kind of stayed with it. Okay. Hang on. Hold the phone. I'm gonna fix this. There. That's good. Now we'll get back to the mustard. I just don't want to, I don't want to end up messing it up. I look up on camera and it looks pretty crazy on camera. I feel like it looks better when I look down at it, but when I hold it up at the end, maybe it'll be better. Okay. All right. Let's leave it there. Whoop. And before we end up swirling it up. Some of you are probably going, I don't think you could swirl that anymore up. All right. See, like this is a lot, but the white will help so much. Okay. I don't know what Judine said. I keep saying, I keep feeling like I'm saying her name wrong. Sitting here holding my 20-year-old cat. She's 20 years old, Genius. Oh my word. That's amazing. Oh, it looks like frost. Yeah, it does. No ketchup. Oh boy. Yeah, I kind of took a side. Ooh, I kind of took a side trip here. I'll probably cover that up with white because I don't want that glob right there. I don't want that much there, so I will definitely hit that with white and take care of that. I was trying to get a little smidge. Okay, done. I promise. No more mustard. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the white. And the white, I always kind of feel like pulls it together, in my opinion. So let's see if we can bring it home with the white. So here we go. The white is usually my favorite part to do. I just think it looks so cool. Don't you think just that little bit of white on there, it just starts looking so neat. I think the biggest advice I would give you is just go for it. Don't be scared to try it. I mean, you know, you can't anymore. I mean, if worst comes to worst, you can repaint the whole thing, like re-base coat it, and then you have some texture underneath it, which would be great. And just do it again. And like if you go buy one of these at $2.49, you're not going to be out a bunch. So I don't like that right there, so I want to pull it a little bit. So I'm just keep dipping back in the white. I wanted to cover up that mustard spot there, so that's what I did. I'll probably go back and hit some that bluish color back in on that. Okay, let's go around the edges over here. I think I'm messing with the camera because I keep picking stuff up and then it puts it closer and further, and that's half my problem, but only half. Okay, so you like the white? Do you see what I mean? Pumpkin's looking good. It looks funny when I look up to the screen. It really does look, I think, looks better in person. Whoops. Well, Missy, I've got a big plug of it there. I messed that up, didn't I? It almost kind of looks chippy in a way, like you're seeing different layers of a chippy dresser or something like that. I didn't want that big place there. So I'm gonna remove it and fix it. And fix anything. Most of the time. Most of the time. Okay, I'm gonna go, see, I took that off, and then I'm gonna go in a little bit of white and gray and kind of go back and hit that. Okay. Alrighty, let's go a little bit. I'm gonna switch to this fatter one. I do think having a heat gun is handy if you don't want to smear colors, but also sometimes they just blend nice too, so definitely not a necessity. And if you don't have a heat gun, you can use a hair dryer. It kind of blows more, and it's a little bit different, but it definitely will work. Okay, I want to get some more white in this and tone some of that down. It really does put me in the mind, in some ways, like of a kind of a barn wood, I guess. So it's hard to know. Sometimes for me, I'm like, sometimes you just got to make yourself stop. Just like, okay, don't do anything else to it. But I love getting a swatch like that. Like, I love that. Really, where it skips more. And see, that picked up some texture, so that kind of got skippy looking, which I like. So, anyway, got some white there. Let's go up to the stem and just do a little, we'll pick up a little bit of stuff. You know, a whole lot up there, but I do want to bring a little bit into it. And then I'm going to go on my tip again and kind of, hang on, let me turn it upside down so I can see better. So you can, if you get it right up on the tip, you can kind of make a more of a line. And then it'll kind of dry up there. Trying to get a little swirl on the top. So, okay, so. Okay, so that's our stem. Alrighty. I kept saying on the one I did live, I kept thinking, I'll try to go easier and not make it, make it more conservative. And I did not. I'm looking at this thing going, wow, I didn't do that conservative at all. I really went to town, didn't I? But what fun. Oh, what fun. So I think that's good. Do you think it's good? Like, I'll hold it up to you back because this downward camera view looks a little on the wild side, which maybe it does look wild. I don't know. If like this bothers you, like if you think those spots are, you know, that's where you can take the white and just kind of tone something down. If you have a spot that you don't want that pronounced, just tone it down. And then you can go in, like on mine, I went back in and threw in like some more blue in places just because I wanted it to show up more. And you can do that. You can just play with it till you're comfortable with how it looks. So, and you can add it, like as your paint sits, it'll get a little, like this is a little stiffer than it was when I started because it's just sat there. And you can kind of get a good little texture off of it. So, all right, I'll stop. But when you add the bow and you get it all together, it really does, it just comes together. Like, I don't know. And no two will ever look alike. But let me bring you up here. Let me bring the camera up and flip you. And let me bring you back this way so I'm not so close to you. There! Ah! Ah! Someone said they got a heat gun last year for Christmas. Sheila, I love it. I love it. Anyway, okay, so this is what it looks like back, like looking at it in a better perspective than just right on. And this was mine. So, can you see? Let me turn this one there. So, by the time you get the bow and stuff on it, it really, it just really pulls it all together. Now, I think I have more white on my stem, and it's always good, like another good thing to do is take a picture of whatever you're painting and look at it in that picture, and sometimes you can pick out things like you can just pick it up in that picture better than just looking at the actual piece, and then go back in and fix or add but can you see the mustard? So, oh, I got an angry face. Someone said an angry face. I'm sorry. So, I think it would be so pretty to base it in cream and then do like a taupe and a brown and maybe some like a gray. I just think that would be really pretty. I'd like to try that. And I think like a more pale orange and then kind of do some darker rusty oranges and browns. I think with some mustard, I think that would just be so pretty. I was just trying to think of all the ways you could do it. But just, but if you do it, I want to see pictures. I want to see if you end up trying it. I love when you all do that, when you send pictures. Someone said something I was trying to see. Is it Mary? Did Mary say she was going to do something? It's kind of like what I thought. I'd like to try an orange. That's what she said. I don't have the tags to order. I got this from someone else. And the tag I brought in here, oh, here it is. This is the other tag I have. These were from last year. I had some of these left from, I think it was our tiered tray stuff, which I didn't do a fall tiered tray or anything because we did all that last year. And I'm using mine. I didn't really just want to do a whole new one because we did all that. And they're really cute. I did put some extra pieces that I had on my website that I found. But this is just a 2-inch round, I think. And it's pretty close and it's fitting. But I was going to add that for a tag. So that was the other tag I was going to give away. So if I could get Mark to cut these, I could offer you these tags, but I don't. This one, I got somewhere else, and it doesn't look that good. I didn't. It's 2 pieces, so I painted the background gray, and then like I did white, and then I palette knifed all around that beading, and like it really made it all choppy looking, I guess, like my pumpkin. But I like it. I like it. And I used 3 different materials, and that's that new color from Jubilee that I showed you. And this is just, I think that was from Hobby Lobby. And that's the gray from Jubilee. I just kind of mixed the 3. But there's so many pretty fabric colors in so many ways. You know, you can throw, if you use mustard, you could throw, if you use more mustard than I did, like you could throw a little mustard in there. A mustard material too. So anyway, sage would be so pretty. Dina, that would be so pretty. Yeah, the white, Kimberly, really, I just think the white makes it. So I'll probably go back and look at this, and I might have to touch it up in some places. It was very hard with this, putting it at an angle and stuff. Plus it's just hard. I think it's harder to paint when you're online, but I just took the tape off after I got done. Like when you do yours, just pull it off. And then I reversed and I put a clean piece of tape up here and marked so I wouldn't get any on my pumpkin. And then I painted my base, and I just used gray. So I would just use whatever coordinating color or stain it, you know, whatever you want to do. But that's what I have for you tonight. I was debating all day. I had something else that I was going to do, and then I thought that I'll just do this. And I kind of kept thinking, oh, I don't know what they'll think. They might think it's funny. Someone just said, how long do you cut your strips of fabric, and would you be able to, Susan said, would you be able to share how you do the bow? I'll show you how I did it, because I already tore the strips for the one I painted. This is what I did. I just clip, and you don't actually need them as long as these are, because I trimmed, you know, of course I trimmed them, but I start a cut and then rip them. So that's that strip. Can you see that? So that's like that long. Let me measure for my fingers. So like to my armpit, to my finger. There's your measurement. And then this one's the gray. And then this is that new bluish color from Jubilee. It's so pretty. And I have a smaller print in that too, in a solid. But I mixed some others. But from where I ripped it, it kind of curled. You can even stiffen them, like I do the scarves, and be able to shape it more. But I really wanted it to look more raggy looking, I guess, like more limp. So it just looks, I don't know. It's just more, I don't know what you call it. But anyway, all I did was put all three together like this. And then I just tied it around there. So I'll have to, I'm trying to think how to do this. I'm point the camera back down. I'm sorry. You're probably going, I thought we were done. Can you see that? Let me put something underneath. Can you see? Or does that make it awkward? I already moved my camera, so I'm trying to. Let's put these underneath it. Can you see that? Okay. So I just take the fabric, and they're not exactly all the same length, but just like from your fingertip to your armpit. And then I just put them like that, kind of halved it in the middle, and then all I did was just tied it just like I'm tying a bow. That's how I did it. Now there's probably better ways to do it. I don't know. Now when I got to this part, I picked a fabric that I thought would lay on top flat, or kind of made it flat so it wouldn't be bunchy, and then made my loop, and then this side the same way. This one was the second strip I ripped, and I didn't take the time to straighten it or trim any of the hair. So let's take, so we have that loop. So then I just looped it around and just tying a bow, just like you're tying a shoelace. And then shoved it through, and then I just played with it until I got it shaped right. Tie it to whichever side you want, but you can just kind of pull your, like I took them individually then and kind of tried to shape it, and then I'd tug on that tail until I got it the size that I wanted. So that's all I did. Are you still with me? You're probably going, where'd we go? I thought we were done. So that's all I did, and then I just kind of let it hang loose. I just separated them like that. Just kind of separate them out, and then I took all the tails once I got them the lengths that I wanted, and then I just took you know, the tails, and you can you know, do them like with a notch, I was going to say dovetail, that's not what I'm trying to say. Or you can just, you know, just do them slanted, or you can do them straight across, but I usually do one or the other. So, and then just keep doing them until you get the lengths that you want. So, all right. So I think the bow kind of pulls it all together, I guess, so to speak, I think. But it's, I mean, everyone has different opinions, and different preferences, and that's what makes everyone's stuff unique, I guess. So, but anyway, that's all I did. And then you can use any kind, like with our sunflower when we did it, I told you can use a paper tag. You can paint these, you can stain them. Michael's, Hobby Lobby, they have all kinds of different tag options if you don't have any. I have 2-inch tags like this. I think there's some in stock. I don't know if you would be interested in that. Those together, you know, we did some carrot, like a high one at Easter. But I thought that would look cute. I think it's easier to read than the one I have. But I like them. I like them both. So that's your options. But I don't know if you'd be interested in that or not. I don't know. But yeah, the bow just really brings it home. So let me bring you back up. I didn't even help you. So, but you can caulk it to one side or the other, and if you need to, you can even hot glue it behind there to hold it in place. But you can kind of caulk it to the side, put it in the center, and then I used a piece of the white. Well, it's not white; it's creamish looking jute to tie on my tag. And I get that out of the bridal section at Hobby Lobby. I really like it. And they have that on sale like usually every other week, the bridal section, his and hers or whatever. But I like it. It's like a bleached looking jute. But so there's all. I think I've told you everything tonight. But anyway, but I'm glad you hung with me and saw it through to the end. So anyway, very cute, very cute. I wish I would have got more of these tags, but by the time I got them now, it would be way past time that you would need them. So, but they're really cute. So, all right, well, I'll let you go, and I will get Sashetta and Diane. I will get you some tags out in the mail, and I know one will be like this, and I'm not sure which the other one will be. But anyway, I appreciate you watching. It was good to be back for me. It's like I said in the beginning, it's just been hard. I mean, I feel like I do better, and then it's like we've just had to do a lot of things, and it's just it's still just pretty fresh, you know, that my mom died. And when I come in here, I shut this door, and it's hard because I have to push myself to do it sometimes, but once I get in here and shut the door, it's like I feel like it's just us and the rest of the world. It doesn't matter. So it was good for me to be back, and I'm glad you joined me. I really appreciate it. And I hope you like this. If you have a question, just shoot me a message, and I hope you try it. I hope you try it, and show them to me if you try it. I want to see them. So I will talk to you all later. Have a great weekend. I can't believe it's Friday already, but have a great weekend. Bye.